Start with our line of action. Oops.
They need to be trained, they need to be licensed, and they need to get tickets just like everybody else. Yeah, you guys. Gotta watch you guys.
Okay, so let's do her.
The battle is so bad that it's like a battle of cars.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5.
Because he created that kind of situation. Just like anything else that's created. Maybe because there's too many people, it's too crowded, I really don't know. But
1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, I've gotten off a poor bike where afterwards I thought, imagine if I would have hit him. I could have killed him. I could have killed him.
Alright, we're watching something else. I realized I had that on that as a break thing. Let's watch the BMX videos. And go over here. Actually, I know what to watch. We're gonna watch Animal Can I Eat? Would be a perfect video to watch. Without the music though. There's a lot of copyrighted music, but this would be a perfect one and somewhat inspired, which got me thinking. And I need to look up some music. Let's find some music real quick. Okay, let's watch. What music should we listen to? Let's listen to this. Okay, so I'm kind of inspired by this image right here, I'm going to be honest. This is a BMX video called Can I Eat? Look at that. Look at all that stuff. That guy is gnarly. Gnarly. Now I think this is an interesting one. If I were to ask most people, would you guys be envious of this guy? Alright. I think most people would be the opposite. They'd almost be like, I think this guy was crazy or something, right? Now it's kind of weird. I'm wondering, like, in some weird level, is this guy actually healing envy and jealousy? I don't know. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5, 3, 4, 5. That doesn't make sense. I feel like I messed this up a little bit. Oh wait, that's why, because this actually needs to be like that. Okay, there we go. Let's get our other pencil. This one. Oh, I forgot this one broke. Darn. Oh, luckily I have the other one. Where's the other one? This one is going to be challenging. I can already tell this one's going to be hard. How do we heal envy and jealousy in people? But I have been working on this old computer. I got it working, so that's exciting. It's awesome, man. My dad's had to fix his computer lately. I am not good with computer stuff. I will tell you that right now.
basically what we have down so far is we have a Bible. We got this guy. He's got a big old beard or something. I don't know what this guy's gonna really look like. And then there'll be a shopping cart. Man, it's really, I'm gonna be flat out honest, it's really strange drawing homeless people. It's like super just weird. People think it's weird, it's hard, it's just, it's awkward, but also it's like, I don't know, trying to like help them out somehow, but maybe this guy will have some wings. This is what we got so far. I guess the interesting thing is we could just put a bunch of stuff in there. I did want to add a bike in here too, like he has a bike as well. Stretch. All right. I got you. Thank you for that. Do you play any video games, Dino? What video games you playing, bro? I'm gonna be honest, this is like my video game right here. This is like pen and paper RPG right here. I guess I could put a bike right here behind him. Oh, what if he had... Oh, I got it. I got it, everybody. What if this is like a cart? What if this is a shopping cart like that? And then he has a bike like right here. And it's connected to the bike. Like he's recycling. Oh, I think we got something, everybody. Because that we could kind of go with like helping the planet out. Dude, this one's gonna be weird. Do you play WoW? I ask everybody that. You play WoW? You play WoW, bro? Okay, let's put the... verse right here. Alright, I think this is it, everybody. Can you see this? Do you can anybody see what I'm about to draw right here? That is... I wish I could just say that this is the drawing. We're done with the stream, everybody. That's it. We're closing it off. Just kidding. No, but now we're going to try and figure out how to... Now, I'm going to be honest. This is probably one of the most challenging parts with the thumbnail, is sticking to the thumbnail. Because many times, like, when you go into it, you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, right? That's the hardest part about these thumbnails. I think a long time ago, yeah, I used to play a lot of WoW. This is actually a very stream that you're watching, Dinah. This actually used to be a WoW stream. It probably doesn't seem like it, but this very stream that you are watching. I literally have my old stream still saved on my stream right here. I literally streamed WoW for like an entire year, but nobody would watch it because like my computer's kind of a potato. So look at that thumbnail, man. I'm drawing these thumbnails. It's almost, I mean, I guess it's not exactly a thumbnail, but it's pretty small for sure. Okay, let's try and build this one up. I'm trying also not to waste paper, so I was almost gonna do this one today. This is the one we did yesterday. That's the one we're doing today. So let's see here. Let's put these back up on here. Let me find some paper real quick. Where is the paper? Oh, here we go. Boom. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get another. You've been meeting any other... Wow, that was a cool trick that guy just did. You've been meeting any other Christian streamers? There are a bunch of Christian streamers. You should start... When are you going to start streaming, Dino? I feel it is time, Dino. Alrighty. Okay, let's try and build this thing up. It's actually crazy. Is this guy actually still rides? Surprisingly enough, this guy, out of every... I actually think there's only a few riders in this video right here that still ride. I don't know. I think when I get a better set... Yeah. It's cool. It's like, I know some streamers, what they do is, like, every time they just play a video game, they just kind of just stream it, you know? And you kind of just have a habit that starts forming. Okay, so I think the hard part about this one is going to be... Generally what I've been finding about how to build these up is it's this space right here, but also I need to think about this space right here. And then thinking that's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7.5. So that's what we're going to try and do right now. We're going to establish the proportion of the figure, which we're going to roughly say probably about right there, right? Yeah, right there. And then we'll go one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. That might work. It'll just be right on the edge. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly rough this figure in. The hard part right now is going to be to figure out how we can fit everything in here. So let's see here. That's about 1, 2, 3. Like right here. Just see. Okay, so then we'll just quickly just rough it in. So we're building up our 3 movable masses, which is the head, the torso, and the pelvis. The pelvis generally sits on number 4, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's kind of funny because I'm actually terrible at math. But this is like the simplest addition. I mean, if I can do this sort of math, I just feel like anybody can do this sort of math. This is just straight up just 7, and then you just remember these. It's just memorizing these little areas. But oh, that's where I actually live right there. That's funny. They got a clip there. Oh yeah, what was I? Okay, so I actually think I actually pushed it a little bit more. So let's think about that, and so we can push this a little bit more, like say it was like this, we can actually push it a little bit more like this. So imagine if this was a block right here. Imagine if this finger was a block, right? You can actually see the shadow right here. And if it turns like this, so to make that block bigger right there, what we would do is just make that deeper. And it kind of simulates going like this. That's what it, I think the amount of Christian streamers is growing. It's pretty awesome to see. Praise God for, oh yeah. Praise the Lord, huh? I think it's going to keep growing too. It's just good for fellowship. It's crazy. I've been seeing more churches kind of come up on here. It's pretty interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Okay, this is very, very rough, this one. Let's just quickly, I'm just gonna quickly just put this in here just to see if it's gonna fit. But I think it is. I actually think I should push this figure a little bit more this way now that I think about it. That might actually work. Over to the music. Oh, we went through that entire zone. Alrighty then. Well, we're going to change it now then. Let's listen to this. I think this might work, everybody. Though I'm not sure about the shopping cart. I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, it might work. Yep, let's send it. We're just going to send it. Try not to waste time. I guess it's not wasting time. The only problem with the traditional thing is it's just like if I want to reestablish a lot of this stuff, I have to redo this and then redraw the entire thing so far, but it's roughly what we have going so far. What's under here? Okay, everybody. We are sending this. I don't know how this is going to go, but let's just go for it, I guess. So we're starting with our line of action. This is the spine of the figure. We're starting with the head, which we are going to establish the proportions from the head, which is this right here. And so now it is a little messy in here, but we're going to go in here now. So now we're going to be establishing our 3 immovable masses. I also want to relay that this is how I learned how to do this. There are many different methods to get to the same end goal. Basically the method that I'm using right here, this is called the Bridgman method. So, okay, so let's start with our 3 movable masses, which will be our torso, pelvis. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is pelvis. We're thinking about these 3 shapes as blocks. And if we can think about them as blocks, it makes it much simpler because it's easier to split a block in half than if we were just draw all the anatomy in there and then split that in half. Okay, what are we doing now? So now we're going into doing our landmarks, which the next landmark will be what I personally like to do is the end of the kneecaps. You are back. I am Peppers. Welcome. Doing a weird drawing right here. So actually, maybe I should put the head a little bit more that way, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 right there. That's like the end of the kneecaps generally. We're gonna split this pelvis in half, which we don't have to split it in half like that. I just generally go like this, you know. And then from this half point, there's this muscle in the thigh that kind of goes like this, and then there's another one that goes right there. So then we just go shoop, pop, tia. Soup, cha. So there's like one line, another line, and then this is like the knee right here. There we go. Over here. Another one over here. And then the shin bone is curved, so we're going to curve this down like this. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. This is this line right here. And this is where the heel is going to be. And then we could build the foot off of that. Now we're also thinking about the weight of this figure. To think if the weight, because this is actually a good one, because if we see the spine right here. Now there is a lot of weight the human body can take on, but if we were going to do a marble sculpture or something like that, you have to think about the physics of it, if it can work.
Oh, you're drawing one of the cool drawings again. Have talent.
Thank you. I mean, people say talent, man, people say talent a lot, and it's weird because I heard this pastor, actually I've heard many pastors say, now I've actually heard 2 different things what pastors say. Some people, you know how you just said the word talent? Well, it's interesting because there's also the thing called the parable of the talents. And now some people have said that those talents are somewhat related, but then some pastors say they're not related, so I don't know. So okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roughly clean this up because there's a lot of lines that I actually got messed up in here. So we're roughly just going to clean this up. It's pretty messy up in here. Okay. And then we're going to kind of go back in using this pencil, which is much easier to erase. We're going to be establishing our deltoid, which is like the shoulder muscle. The deltoid's split into 3 muscles. There's a front delt, side delt, and then there's a back delt. So since we did that little line right there, we can kind of split that over there and arc it and see where the deltoid is going to be on this side too. Now we're gonna do the bicep. Now I don't actually know the forearm muscles too much, so maybe this dude's gonna be pretty ripped. Trying to draw this Bible up in here. We can honor the Lord like this. This guy's influenced so many BMX riders. Edwin De La Rosa. Okay, what are we doing here? Should we make this dude ripped or skinny? That's just the question now. Let's actually kind of recommit this a little bit. Let's actually just go with it. We're gonna go into it. See that this is the thing about the green pencil, which I feel like it speeds up my process. Cause like, see how I can't really erase that? It just like, I have to just go with it, right? So we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go deltoid. Bicep, tricep. And the hand. And then we're gonna go with the book. Just quickly put it in there. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to erase these lines. I know it's ridiculous because I just kind of put it in there, but we're actually going to erase it. And you can almost use a layering method to these pencils. And so that's kind of what we're doing. See how I can push and pull? We can push and pull back, but also the green pencil you have to commit to, so. And so now what we're gonna do is we have some of this down. Now we're gonna be going into the portrait. And I think we're gonna start establishing the portrait, and then we're gonna start kind of working our way around the image. So what we're gonna think about the portrait as is we're gonna think about just like how we made the blocks that you can't really see anymore because we're gonna be drawing on top. There's actually another thing that I forgot who, I think Bridgman teaches it, but I think some other figure drawing artists go into it. But this is why we draw through the form. See how I like covered the entire, see how like I actually drew I drew this block and then we went and I'm drawing over on top of this stuff. There's a reason why artists do that is because it's good to see, like, see if like this hand was right here and then this hand was on top of it. Sometimes like you can get very confused on, especially like if it's going to go through something and, you know, stuff like that. It gets very confusing. So that's why it's called drawing through the form. Even though it seems like you're drawing it twice or having to draw it 3 times, it actually sometimes speeds up the process. Now it's time to watch a different video. I don't think I've ever watched this one. Oh, I did. So these guys right here, this is like East Coast BMX Street. Very East Coast-esque. I mean, I don't even think that, I mean, I don't know about nowadays, but it seems like most of the people they sponsor and stuff are from like the East Coast, which I never really. I'm gonna be honest. I've never really been to the East Coast, but a lot of these spots are very like East Coast. That was crazy, actually. Holy moly. Matt Miller's gnarly. He's a gnarly pegless rider right here. I was actually very inspired by Matt Miller when I used to be pegless. Man, I miss I miss just having an ACL. Fudge. I miss just like sending it and not having to like think that I'm gonna just not be able to ride anyway. Let's keep going. So what am I doing here? We're gonna make this a box. Split this box in half. The box in half again. So this is gonna be our head. And now we can experiment with trying to figure out this portrait up in here, everybody. I'll just skip this. Now how are we to draw this character? And I need, where's that little piece of paper? Let's just put it over on this side. Oops, I'm using that. Now I'm gonna try and draw this guy like, how do you draw a guy homeless but also not creepy? Oh, these are awkward. We're entering into the cringe here, but alright. These drawings have been pretty cringy lately, so we're just gotta go with it, everybody, alright? This guy probably doesn't seem like he's a homeless dude, but we're just trying to... How do I make this guy seem homeless? Let's see here, everybody. How do we draw this guy looking like he's homeless? Do 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 do. I mean, I guess a homeless guy could be really anybody, honestly. Maybe like long hair or something. Maybe a beard. I guess a beard, maybe. The only reason the beard's kind of hard sometimes is like, it's hard to make a guy look like he's smiling with a beard. Maybe he could have like the Amish beard. I don't know about this, everybody. How do we draw this guy happy but homeless? Let me redo this. Should we go for a beard? I mean, Yeah, let's redo it. I guess let's see if we can get a different character. And that is kind of the other thing, is sometimes we just gotta restart it. It's okay. Let's see if we can get maybe a different character. The hard part is trying to make it look happy, because it's so easy to make a character look like it's like angry or snarling. It's kind of hard to like make it look cheerful for me personally. See, like I already made, like I feel like even that eye right there, it's just a little bit too, it makes it look like he's mean. Again, somewhere. See, this character looks way different than the other one. See, just even the most minute little thing changes the portrait so much. And I think one of the hardest parts with this, I guess this method right here, is knowing like if you want to keep it or do you want to like change it, right? I think that's a very challenging part with these characters. This guy kind of looks stern, but maybe not totally angry. I don't know. He looks kind of gnarly. It's like hard to make it look smiling because his lips right there. I think that's why I feel like the bearded characters can be a little hard, because like you can't really like see, because sometimes if you just like don't have the beard, you could just like put a little smiley face right there. But because of the mustache, sometimes it can be a little challenging. A little challenging to get up in there, huh? Maybe this character's just holding on to his hair. You know, like those guys that like are like full on just about to like he's just gonna be rocking the bald. I don't know what that's called, you know, like just rocking it. I probably seem like a crazy person, but it's just kind of, sometimes I think it's fun just like thinking about these characters. You know, like this guy doesn't even care about his hair. He's just like, bro, we're bald, we're going with it. Maybe a little sprout growing on his head. Oh, the music. Okay, let's change the music. Where are we going now? Let's see here. Actually, let's see here. What should we listen to? Let's listen to, Let's go to our playlist. I feel like a music should pop up. Here we go. Drawing playlist. Skip this ad. Okay, so we got the portrait. I'm kind of digging this portrait. Could go into it a little more. Sometimes I get a little scared. It sounds strange to say that, because like, especially working in the scale, like the most minute little thing can like either make this character look really mean, or it can just totally change the. He almost just looks disappointed, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. It really does look like that guy kind of looks like. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work. So this is kind of like the Brad Rooney technique we're doing right here. So we're working on the hardest areas first. So we're gonna put a lot of effort into the portrait, and then a lot of effort into this hand right here. So let's try and work this hand. So let's clean this up. We've established it a little bit, but still it's pretty vaguely in there. Okay, so let me think about this. This one we're gonna think about the hand like this. See this line? It's like a box, so it does seem like a box, but it's actually, if we can just think about this like this, like a big box hand thing. That's how we're thinking about it. And what are we listening to now? What happened to that song? I guess it's the new song. That's a weird ambience. Let's change the zone, everybody. I don't know what to listen to now. No, I'll just listen to cheesy music. We're listening to cheesy music, everybody. Okay, so this is the form. Okay, so this is where the hand's gonna be. work. But I think we might just keep this main hand, so we're going to commit to that part at least. But those fingers, I don't know. Let's redo this again. Finger's hard. I'm not good at drawing hands, everybody, by the way. But I roughly just put the shapes in there and just trying to think about the proportion of it. Okay, so let's work on this book, the Bible, and hopefully we can kind of just make it look at least somewhat readable. Let's actually clean it up. There's some spots up in here. Apologize if this music's pretty annoying, but it's kind of lighthearted. Kind of gets me to not be as stressed out if I kind of just think of things kind of in a cheesy sense. Now this Bible is huge, I'm going to be honest. If you saw some guy with a book this big out in the streets, he would be like, what in the world? But I actually have seen on YouTube that there are some Bibles that are like super huge. Oh, those characters are ridiculous. We're trying, everybody. The hard part is going to try and make this guy... How are we going to make this guy seem homeless? Okay, let's put a cross in here. Let's try and honor it to the Lord. It's not that hard to put a cross in things, huh? There we go. So now we can have some fun. See, we've gotten the hard parts done, and it's kind of funny because I learned this technique from a believer. Brad Rigney actually is a believer. And after he told me that, it actually changed a lot of my drawings. I was like, man, I've never thought about just working on the hard areas first. Because if you put a lot of your focus in the hardest area, because how I used to draw is I used to be like, oh, well, man, I don't want to do the hand. Let's do the hand later. And I would work on something like over here or like over here. Like put a lot of detail in here. But I feel like when we work on the hardest areas, everything else is kind of like easy mode right now. And it's almost kind of like you can relax a little bit. I put a different video on. how are we gonna do this? Maybe this guy could be. I mean, this is where we can like we can almost think about this as like an RPG game, right? We could put a giant shoulder pad. Maybe this guy was an olden warrior back in the day. He's a veteran. There are a lot of homeless veterans out there, right? I mean, there is that, you know. Like, we could also put like a robe on this guy. I kind of want to maybe go like robe, maybe like. The only reason why I'm thinking more robe, because with the robe, you can put a lot of like nicks and like patches and scars on it. Which I feel like if you're homeless, sometimes more like that, but maybe that's what we'll do. Okay, so we're gonna be thinking about the robe. Let's see here, yeah. I mean, maybe we could put a shoulder pad right here. Maybe like maybe shoulder pad and then robe underneath it. That's also a fun one to do. Because then maybe if we do the shoulder pad and then the robe, it'll be almost like he was a warrior. He was an olden. So we can mess around with that. We don't have to like full on go with it, but we can experiment, right? We can have some fun. So let's see here. Now, why would a homeless person have a shoulder pad? I have no idea. But and then maybe we'll put another one over on this side. We're just gonna mess around. This is ridiculous. Holy moly. This guy looks like a homeless general now. But maybe we could try the robe now. See here. Okay, so if the robe goes in here. We're just experimenting right now, so. And so then goes right here and then goes through and then loops down like this. Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna do that. I don't know about the shoulder pads. I don't know, we're doing the shoulder pads, everybody. I think that is a little weird. I already feel like I'm gonna get strange comments on that one. Maybe one shoulder pad? Maybe just a littler shoulder pad. Let's see what it seems like with just the robe. And then maybe we'll just throw a little shoulder pad on the top of it. Okay, so we're gonna kind of go with, if you guys want to know how we're drawing the shoulder pad, I can give you guys a schematic. So roughly, I'll give you guys the schematic. You guys can study this too if you watch, if you look up on YouTube right now, how to make a woolen robe with a sheet, say I think 8x9 or something like that. I think that's about how big, if this was wool, you know, this was a wool blanket. So what you do is you think about the portrait or the character like this, right? So we imagine if this is our three movable masses, head, torso, pelvis, three movable masses. What we think about is that there is a pin, which is right here. You can use a rock, and you can actually you can actually use stone, and you can tie a rope with it. You can tie it like this with a rope, and that's the stone right there, and the cloth goes like on the outside right there. Or you can use a clothespin like this, which most people in the olden days would use this clothespin thing like that, and then, you know, it kind of goes out like that. So we think that this is going to go in like this. So see that? And then that's that right there. So these two go like this and go like that. And that's where we get those lines right there. So the second one, the second part of the schematic is actually the belt, which you can use a rope or have a belt. And then these two parts right here, they go through that and in here and then come out right there. And then this one goes in like that. And so this one goes under like that and then goes through. There's the belt right there. And then that's how you, that's roughly how you, that's the schematic. And you can actually do this in real life. That's the crazy thing. This is how you make a woolen robe in the olden days. That's the schematic to it. But then thinking about this, in the different perspectives, we can basically do this exact same thing. But if we think about it in perspective now, we can take these very same concepts and throw it onto a character. Now the thing is that there are many schematics. This is the one that I learned. There's a lot of different schematics. And there's actually a way you can like mathematically figure everything out in a drawing. It's kind of strange actually. Kind of like you're like a 3D program or something. What are you watching here? Who is this guy? Oh. I feel like who is this? I feel like huh. Wow, Ian Schwartz. This must be a really old video. Okay, anyway, so how we're thinking about it, we're actually not going to be able to see that little pin right there, but we will be able to see it going out on the outside right there. And then it goes down and through, and then there, man, this is actually going to be a very hard one too. It's almost like you can't really see the pivot points where the wool is getting connected because the belt's going to be covered as well. But we can think that it's going right here. There's the pivot point right there. It's going to come down and it's going to go under the arm. This part's actually kind of confusing. So it goes down and then goes up and then goes down right there. That probably make no sense whatsoever, but that's basically the schematic to it. And so there would, since his arm's right there, there would be a little bit more folds right there. And these are just like little things that you can think about, right? So it's gonna roughly look something like that. Now I forgot what style this is called. I think this is just the simple style. This is just like you're surviving in the wilderness and you need to make a robe out of a blanket, which I don't think they used to call it a blanket. I think they would just call it just a, just a sheet of wool or whatever, or a camel hair cloak, which I think that's actually we're going to think about this as. We're going to think about this as a camel hair cloak. So that's what I've been thinking about. So if you look at camel hair cloaks are kind of furry. So instead of this, this could be camel hair. Camel hair. Now the thing is that this also has a density to it. So, a wool one would probably be very skinny. Probably like that. Now a camel hair cloak is probably like this, honestly, now that I think about it. Now that's actually hard to do. Because it's very easy to draw this one because all you have to do is like a line. But it's actually hard to make it look thick like a camel hair. Like all furry and stuff like this. it's hard to make it like that. Now the thing why I didn't go with the shoulder pad is because now you can have a shoulder pad on top of this right here, but sometimes like you want it to like read a little bit more, and a lot of this stuff isn't getting read, so let's put it right here. Now we're just, I don't really know what we're gonna do with the arms really, because we have to think that we can also do this in a layering system, right? Because we can think, okay, so this guy has a camel hair cloak, but also this guy could be wearing clothes. It's not like this dude just has a camel hair cloak, right? This guy could be wearing chainmail. This guy could just be wearing a normal shirt. This guy could be wearing nothing, right? That's another thing to think about. Maybe this guy, I might just put a bracelet on this guy. Maybe, yeah, probably just like a, maybe, I don't know. Because also the other thing I'm trying to think about too is tangents. So a tangent would be like, say this line right here. Imagine if I put a line right there. Like I was like, okay, let's make the bracelet like that big. Now sometimes the tangents can mess you up because like if you looked at this in a little image, you would get confused. You'd be like, oh, well, why is that book going all the way down, right? So these are little things that you think about as well. I'm drawing these things. It's kind of like figuring out a puzzle. That's basically what it is. And I need to change this music. This music is ridiculous. This is like... I've gone to this. Man, Davy Watson. What happened to that writer? That writer just disappeared. Does anybody know what happened to Davy Watson? So I actually think we are going to commit to some of this stuff. I'm kind of digging this like kind of like, so we're actually gonna commit to this right here. So this is our commit pencil. We can't really erase this one anymore. But we're gonna just say we're committing to that now. So I guess in an RPG game setting, we have attained an item right there. That's how I like to think of it as. We've grinded for an item and we've attained it. Oh, you know what might be helpful? Dude, I might put chains on this guy like he was prisoned or something like that. Imprisoned. Because this drawing right here is kind of inspired by the Least of Us things. So he got broke free from prison or something. I guess I don't think those chains would be that big. Oh well, maybe this guy was just really strong and they had to really use some gnarly chains on this guy. Which I might get rid of that. I don't know about that. Maybe it kind of goes into like Christ broke the chains or something, you know, like when people say that, you know, he set us free. I guess that might be a little kind of like. Now see, that's actually no. So that's actually a weird thing that I was just bringing up the tangents, right? So this would be kind of like a storytelling tangent. You kind of actually can. So the other thing is you can use tangents. So this kind of would maybe be like a storytelling tangent where it's like you're like, oh well, there's a cross, and then you wait a minute, why is there this chain right here, right? So you kind of can do something like that as well. Kind of forgot to mention that. Okay, so what are we doing here now? Let's think about the cross on this side. So we're gonna just take this line over here. Let's just put a quick little line right there. I'm gonna just something like that. And maybe we'll make this dude like, well, he already does look pretty ripped, honestly. Okay, so let's work on this. So we're going to work on the deltoid. The deltoid is built within 3 muscle groups, which is the front delt, the side delt, and then there's also a back delt. This would be the front delt, side delt. There's actually a back delt. I don't know if you would see the back delt right there. And then from here, this would be the bicep, which means there's like a vein right there. This is the tricep. I don't know what muscle that goes. I don't really know the forearm muscles. I just think of them as there's this muscle right here, and then there's something. There's the elbow. I don't know, something like that. I need to study this. I'm not too sure. Oops. This guy kind of has some dwarven vibes to him. Okay, I'm getting a little confused because this gets getting a little messy in here. This is actually another thing I'm kind of a little bit trying to work on right now. Trying to figure out where I've done the layer, when I've erased it. Because, like, see how this stuff's all, like, messy? There's a lot, see, there's these lines in here that I didn't erase, like, right here, that I need to make sure that I mean, I don't have to make sure, but it just makes it a little bit easier to keep track of the layering system, because this is one layer, but because we're somehow using this colored pencil, this is somewhat in a layering system. It's like a layering system on one layer. Something like that. Do 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 do. Back. Well, look at that. There's a cross right there. What the? That's weird. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why is there a cross right there? That's strange. I've never noticed that at the end of this video they put a cross. Wow. Dude, I find it really weird. I know it sounds great because I don't know if these guys are believers, whoever made this video. I just find it very, very strange when you just see a little cross like that. Look at this thing. It's like a straight cross right there. That is cool. We're going to rewatch this entire video now. Just because of that. Shout out to the animal. Literally because they put a cross right there, we're going to rewatch this entire video. Because I'm crazy like that. Because like, now I feel like I missed something. Now I'm like, did they? I don't know. When I see a cross, I just get tripped out. They ate some food. Man, Tom White's gnarly. Wow, white bars like really stand out. I just like seeing all the spots they're at. Okay, what am I doing here? Let's think about... What are you doing? Okay, let's clean some of this up. Should we do the... I think we are going to do the chains. I kind of like that. Oh, these chains are not even. Darn. We also need to make the belt right here, so... we'll just make it a rope belt. Oh, well, you guys do not need to watch my stream. I'm going to be flat out honest. Anybody that's watching these streams, you do not need to be watching this stream because I feel like I'm just wasting people's time. Especially with this stuff right here because it's just like, you know, it's not like I'm doing anything too crazy. So I apologize. Anybody watching, I apologize if I'm wasting your time. You guys do not need to watch this stream. Honestly, what matters most is the Bible studies, even though. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put little furry things at the end of this cape or robe thing. So. I haven't really been doing that with the camel hair cloaks, but I feel like it kind of makes it like furry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just put some, we're going to make this kind of tattered looking, so. Put some patches. He's patched it. He don't got enough money to buy another one, so he's patching it up. Something like that. This looks kind of janky right here, I'm going to be honest. Maybe I'll put like some rope right here. Actually, I don't like that tangent right there, I just like that. Now this is getting pretty janky, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kinda not really digging this right now. We're gonna try and just go with it, I guess. Try not to waste time. Alright, let's commit to some of this stuff. Okay, so the cape goes down right here, goes out. So we're just going to commit to the chain. You never waste anyone's time, brother. Those who come in and stay choose. Oh, yes, that is true. Who is that? Is that Nigel Sylvester? That might be Nigel Sylvester. Man, they still use that seat. It's pretty crazy. Alright, let's clean this up. Let's do the feet now. The feet are actually kind of challenging. And my knowledge of drapery is really lacking right here. You can tell I'm like just guessing right here. But I guess that kind of shows where I need to work on and what I need to work on. Put another pass right here. Character is a trip though. I need to like commit to some of these lines up in here. I didn't do that. Sometimes I forget, because sometimes like even though I made that line that I want to stick with it, sometimes just like putting this line in the background kind of like makes it all like even looking. Okay, let's work on the feet and then we'll work on everything else. We're making somewhat good time though, so I'd like to think that we're making good time anyway. Okay, let's draw this foot. Now what is actually strange about these drawings is that when I was younger, I'm going to be honest, when I was younger, I drew a lot of demons and stuff. It's actually strange. But the reason why I drew a lot of demons and anamorphical figures is because I actually didn't know how to draw the figure really, so I kind of just would guess. And I remember I'd just draw a lot more demons back in the day. It's kind of strange to say, but if you look at my old drawings, there's actually some gnarly demons we drew up in there when I was younger. Now I don't even really draw demons anymore, I'm gonna be honest. This is... actually got that wrong. There actually should be a strap down there. This.
Well, I think your art is pretty fire generally. It's unique, and you rarely see a lot of hand-drawn artists. Unlike, okay, yeah. It is a strange one, huh?
I used to do a lot of digital art. There was a time when I actually did do a lot of digital artwork. Yeah, this character is pretty gnarly, though. I kind of digging it. Playing an RPG game, everybody. We tried to draw a homeless man. It's actually hard to draw a homeless man, but make it look not creepy. I'm gonna be honest, this looks like a regal homeless man. It's almost like he has this noble look to him. That's so weird to say, right? The regal homeless man. That was once a paladin or something. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. He's got swag. That cat does, huh? There's a part of me that just kind of wants to do this part right here. Because I used to just draw characters. Honestly, if I honestly just did the characters, I probably could ink this out right on the spot like that. But since I've been doing the background elements, that's when actually inking's been very kind of like weird for me, because I just sometimes I actually don't really like doing the background elements. But what I like about the background elements is you can kind of make it kind of go along with the story a little bit. You can kind of make it a little bit more. You can put some elements in there. I'm gonna put some I don't know what these. I forgot what these lines are called. These lines are called something. I just call them little chicken scratch lines. To me, honestly, I don't know what they're called, but I know they're actually called something. This one reminds me, it's also reminding me of Hebrews 13:2. Let me put Hebrews 13:2 in here. Hebrews 13:2. Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Which is weird to think about. I think it's weird anyway. This actually might be the gnarliest homeless guy I've actually drawn so far. I've drawn him like maybe this might be my 7th homeless person I've drawn. Like really trying to like depict kind of a homeless guy, but
we changed the music. This music's weird. We're in Duskwood right now. Warsaw Gulch music. Listen. Oh, listen. Maybe it was this. Okay, I guess we're gonna draw everything else now, everybody. That's gonna be challenging.
okay, we're just gonna have to send it. Still not sure. Okay, let me think about this. We're doing a bike, BMX bike. There's a cross right there. BMX bike, trailer, recycling, or something.
Keep it moving. What is it? That's property. Let's see here. We're gonna just go back to the playlist I had. I've listened to this. It's so funny. I've actually listened to this music so much I can't even listen to it anymore. Let's go to this one. Morrowind music.
Okay. And I'm thinking, how would a cart look? Let's draw the bike first. Maybe because I need to figure out how this bike is going to be situated. Okay, so we're gonna do 3. This is how we draw the BMX bikes. We go 3. A little less than 3, actually. We split that in half, or not split it. We make it into a rectangle. We make that into a box. We split this box in half. We find the center point. This is where the hub is. What if this guy was just like a gnarly BMX? Like, what if this guy was a pro homeless BMX rider? That would be crazy, bro. That'd be just so funny to see. How funny would it be if there was like the most gnarliest rider, but he was just straight up homeless? You'd be like, what in the world? I bent the paper, darn it. I gotta be more careful. Okay, we need to be more careful. Okay, so what am I doing? Okay, yeah. Okay, so then we're figuring this out. This is where this is at. We're just roughly gonna put it in here. This is this. Put a stem on it. Let's put just a normal geometry. This guy has to scavenge. I guess not scavenge, but this guy's just gonna be running like normal geometry stuff. Dude, that guy is crazy. Look at that guy. That guy's gnarly. You're crazy, Joel. Dude, look at this. He does a hang five on this thing. That thing's tall. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's stay focused. You guys can watch the BMX video. I need to stay focused. Let's see here. So this is where this tire right here is. That means the seat post would be about right there. BMX bikes are fun. Dead draw. Oh, you know what? If I didn't really think about how am I going to make this look even? Okay, so this is actually what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to think about this, and I'm going to have to guess this perspective a little bit. So we're going to just go like this. Think about that. Think about this like that. Think about that like this. Thinking that this is in the middle. He has it attached somewhere right here onto his bike. And then this is going to be a shopping cart right here. Dude, look at how tall that thing is. That thing's crazy. Okay, let's stay focused. Okay, okay, so how does the shopping cart go? I'm kind of confused. Would he have the shopping cart with the handles this way or over on this side? I think it would be over on this side. So let's think about it that way. So let's just go boom, little wheel over here. This is kind of like, what does that look like again? I forgot. There's like this weird thing right here, isn't there? It goes up like that, I think. And then like goes up like this. And then there's like, there we go. Now this guy's gonna be it. Now this guy's gonna start looking gnarly. I don't know why I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know why a lot of homeless people like shopping carts. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They can't afford a car, so where else are they gonna put their belongings? I mean, sometimes you can't even afford a bag. I mean, I guess a shopping cart is the next best thing, right? I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to think about this as like the 3D object thing. I kind of totally forgot about that. Okay, so this is like this. Just like that. There's a leg over here, one over here. You would see a little bit of this wheel. We'll put that in there. Quick perspective. I'm kind of just guessing the perspective right there. And there we go, everybody. This is the strange homeless man. Now we're going to go into another layer with the green pencil, or commitment layer. I'm kind of digging this right here. I'm also still not sure how he's going to be connecting this, so... Okay, so let me think about this. This is where... Okay, so if we... This is where the... Man, this is so funny. This is like homeless engineering right here. So we got, okay, so we have the axle that's right over here. And so if you look at like, say like a bike cart thing, they generally connect it up here to something, but it's generally they'll probably have like something over here. And so we're gonna have to make some sort of, I mean, it could just be a rope, honestly. Like maybe he could just have a rope device and just, it goes like, just like that. I need to change this music too. I've listened to this too much. Too much, everybody. Too much. This, I guess.
They like the way you stir it. They like to eat the dough.
Okay, let's commit to some of the stuff. We're going with it. We're just gonna send it. Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh wait, I forgot. I was also gonna maybe put. No, not permit. I wasn't maybe gonna put like some McDonald's or something on this one, but maybe not. Let's just start committing to this stuff. I'll just go in with another layer.
Yeah, that's a cool spot right there. That looks crazy. Wow, that was insane. Man, that trick's so hard, dude. He made it look so easy, but I am like nowhere close to even. Wow, what the heck was that? That was crazy. Like I just straight up did like a bar spin steamroller or something. Did he just do a wall ride to... Wait a minute. Let me look at that again. Whoa. He did a wall ride 180 to something. Wow, wall ride 180 to X up. to, what was that? That's his, like, that's the solar flare. That's what he did. I think that's what it is. I think he invented that trick. It's called a solar flare. So he did a wall ride 180 X up to solar flare. That's pretty crazy. That's the other trick I've been trying to learn right there, the cliffhanger. He's mastered it. Man, that trick's hard. That trick right there is so hard to learn. He makes it look just easy. Anyway, getting distracted there. Let's just keep going. Oh yeah, there's gonna be stuff in here too, so. Okay, what am I doing here? Guess he could have like bags and stuff on here. I was gonna maybe put like, oh, you know what I could do? Maybe I could put like the verse right here. Maybe I could just put repent or something like that. I guess this is kind of the fun part. You can kind of just like, this is just going to be like just straight up just abstraction right here. What things could this guy have in here? I guess he could have like ropes tying everything down. Oh, there's a tanner. Oh, it's okay. I'll just go for it. I feel like there'd be some different... Homeless people are very awkward to draw. It's like hard to like... That's what makes it challenging, I guess. Like the Armor of God ones are like easy, but... There's like just so much stuff in here. Just gotta send it, I guess. Let's just send it. Let's get this done. I'm just pushing through right now. We're just pushing through, trying to get this thing done. Oh yeah, I forgot we're doing the rope system.
This is where it's getting very chaotic, everybody. I have no idea what I'm doing right here. At this point, I'm just like, just trying to just get this thing done and call it a day.
Holy moly.
I think I should have some just more things just hanging on, just I think I'm gonna put the verses right here, like Matthew. I think it's what, Matthew 23 or something like that. Matthew 25 or Matthew 23. Or I could just put repent right there or something.
I need to take this video out of here. That like, I have like this weird thing up in there that keeps flickering. Oh, look at that. It's kind of funny. Like a little cart thing right there.
Does this look chaotic enough? I guess maybe not chaotic, but this has a bunch of stuff in here. What else can we put in here? I mean, he could just have this as just a giant billboard right here, honestly. Darn, I should have just done the character. Oh well. This stuff's hard to draw. I don't know what I'm doing right there. Oh, I tried. That's why I like doing these drawings in one sitting, because I know we've just entered into the cringe realm right here, but it's like hard to like think about trying to draw the least of these things. Got a little sprout on his head. That's the one thing like pastors didn't really mention to me when I mean, it seems like they don't really mention it that much, but there is a weird level of homeless Christianity. Like there's a full-on Christian like homeless scene out there. It's kind of gnarly, but I can understand why, you know. Let's put a little bit of emphasis on these pages right here. Where is the music? Back to StarCraft. All right, let's draw this bike. He's gonna have some fun right here, huh? Man, this character's strange, dude. Oh, these ones are gnarly. These ones are definitely hard. You guys want a challenge? These ones are challenging, man. It's just so hard to do this stuff right here. It's like I don't even know what I'm drawing. I'm just drawing shapes. Oh, let's draw this bike. This guy doesn't even have grips.
He's just going gripless. Those bars actually look pretty cool though.
This one actually kind of look bent right there though. Darn.
Yeah, I'm so glad to see you. For sure, man.
Trying to stream a lot, so if you don't catch me one day, you'll probably catch me maybe in another day.
Oh man, this one, these drawings are, they ventured in the realm of the cringe, everybody.
Though these ones are kind of fun, it does kind of break up the monotony of drawing the Armor of God ones, because I guess if I did just draw the Armor of God ones every single time, I probably would get bored or burnt out. So these ones are kind of like a good change of pace, right? And for some reason, this one's actually taken pretty fast. Sometimes it takes me a long time. What am I doing, everybody? I really, when I think about the least of these verses, sometimes I get tripped out too. I'm just like, does it really say that? Like, I know it says that because we've done Bible studies on it, but man, sometimes it was actually shocking to me. I remember when I was younger, it actually kind of shocked me when I read those verses. I was like, that's weird. Like, it's so strange because, do you remember it shocked me when I was younger? I do kind of want to make it a little lighthearted. I was thinking about putting a little squirrel up here, but maybe not. Cross right here. We could try and write the verse right here. Maybe put a verse right there, maybe too. Maybe Hebrews 13:2. Oh my goodness, everybody. This is gnarly, dude. This character is ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest, if it wasn't for the Bible, I'd never be drawing stuff like this. This is just... Oh man. Alright, I gotta use the restroom. Okay, we're almost on the home stretch, everybody. Where's my Bible at? Here it is. Let's see if we can find the verses, everybody. I think it's Matthew 23. Matthew. Matthew 23. Oh, I guess it's not Matthew 23. Where is it? Matthew 25? Oh, it is Matthew 25. Let me zoom this out just one more notch. Now, actually, because it's kind of interesting, because, like, there's a lot of sermons, I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of heavy sermons on the least of these. If you type in the least of these YouTube, Bible or sermons or something like that, a lot of gnarly sermons. Now, what's interesting is there was one minister or pastor guy, and he was talking about, what's interesting is that there's this part in it where he talks about, like the servants, and then there's like the talents, and then there's some of the servants go out and like multiply it, and then the one person, he hides it in the ground, right? But then what he said, what was very interesting to him, was that it's weird because it goes into biblical stewardship, right? But then it goes into the least of these, right? And it's very interesting thinking about that, because you're like, that's strange. Because a lot of pastors talk about biblical stewardship in the aspect of everything that the Lord has, everything that we have right now is actually from the Lord. And it's almost like he's loaning it to us. And it's odd to think that when we go into this part, which is, it's literally in the same chapter. Actually kind of crazy. Well, now actually thinking about that is actually insane. Man, that is so crazy to think about. Pastor said it way differently, way more eloquently, but now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, that really is interesting. But yeah, we'll read this part. When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, then he will sit on his glorious throne. Before him will be gathered all the nations, and he will separate people one from another as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will place the sheep on his right, but the goats on the left. And so this is actually interesting, thinking about this, right? Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Then the righteous will answer him, saying, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you?" And the king will answer them, "Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers," this part's emphasized a lot of times from a lot of commentaries, "you did it to me." Now, what some people say within this verse right here, because it says, "the least of these, my brothers," that these are believers in these states, even though we are called to help out the downtrodden and, have charity upon those less fortunate. What some pastors and Bible scholars have hypothesized is because in the Greek wording, I think in the Greek wording it means followers. This one right here, it says brothers, but I think in the Greek wording it actually means followers. So followers of Christ that are hungry, thirsty, in prison, So wait, let's keep going. Then he will say to those on his left, "Depart from me, you cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me." Then they will also answer, saying, "Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister to you?" Then he will answer them, saying, "Truly I say to you, as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. And these will go away into eternal punishment, but the righteous into eternal life." There's a lot of heavy sermons on this. Almost overwhelmed. Like, it's kind of overwhelming, actually. I will say what's kind of strange is I think some pastors are very, very careful to bring this stuff up in their congregations, especially if, there's kids, if there's potentially even the age ranges, especially nowadays, because unfortunately right now, sometimes helping downtrodden and the homeless, it's scary. I'm going to be flat out honest, it's straight up scary. There's drug addiction, there's meth heads, there's people on heroin, there's people stealing things. It almost, some of them even look like zombies. It's crazy, right? So just to say, you got to be careful when you're out there and stuff like that. But what I found very shocking was that there's like this strange kind of like Christian homeless scene that a lot of pastors don't really mention. It's really strange. Yeah. I think we're going to put this verse in here. The king will answer... I mean, maybe not that one. Maybe we'll put this one in here. Then he will answer them, saying, truly I say to you, as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. But then that one kind of... Because I feel like if I do this one, I did that one last time. Because I would like to just have this be just a real person. Random homeless person. We'll do this one. Matthew 25:45. Maybe we can write it in right there. I mean, we could just write it in right there. Matthew 25:45. Maybe that's what we'll do with this one. We'll just write the verse kind of like in and out verse. Like in and out verse thing. Let's go back to can I eat? Which actually, this one was actually kind of inspired by this right here. It's so funny. This is actually what I've kind of been inspired by, this one right here. Holy moly. Man, it's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I might just put Matthew 25... Wait, what was it? Matthew 25:45. Might just put it right here. That might be kind of cool. Instead of like having to write the verse. Let me see if I can put it here. And I kind of want to put like another one down here, like Hebrews 13:2. Maybe I might just put 13, or maybe I'll put like, or how would I do it? Like H, like almost like it's like an Easter egg. Hebrew 13:2, like it's like a little Easter egg. Let's write this in here. And we're going to put Hebrews 13:2. How would we do that? H. I'll put like very subtly. Now, why I was kind of thinking about Hebrews 13 too is just because of the beginning part of Matthew 25:45, which is very interesting. So we're going to Matthew 20:25. This part right here. It says, when the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, then he will sit on his glorious throne. That is and so that's actually really weird, right? Because that's just so crazy to think about. Like, I just put a signature and call it a day. Oh man, this drawing was gnarly. And the homeless drawings are hard, man. Holy moly. Like, they're kind of a struggle. I feel like in the beginning I'm like pretty like set to do it. Like the character's fun to do. Like, don't get me wrong, I like doing the character, but like doing this stuff is like, man, it's hard. You're just like, man, I'm not good at. It's like I don't even know what all this stuff is. Like, just randomness. And that's also the other weird thing that's about the homeless ones is it kind of makes people uncomfortable too. I kind of know that. It's kind of weird because I actually get more likes like doing a drawing of like just an armor of God, you know. A lot of people, I feel like that's a very safe spot. If you guys are, if anybody's a Christian artist or something like that, doing the armor of God's a very like safe, like, because people like that, right? They like the armor of God ones, but you only get a little challenging up here. And I will put one more little Easter egg, I guess. Only by a company that's really hooked it up. That's so funny, dude. That is hilarious. I hope everybody are about done on this character. I kind of, maybe I should put a little scroll right there. Maybe that'll make it a little less weird. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I have actually been in parks where I literally have a picture. Where I have a picture somewhere. I'm going to have to start saving it somewhere. But the very park I went to, you would literally see homeless people, and then you would see squirrels and stuff like that. So, oh man, this is craziness, everybody. This is just insanity right here. What are we gonna listen to now? Let's listen to this. This is a nice copyright-free music. Let me see here. I feel like I had a squirrel that had like a little seed or something. Well, I did a long time ago. We're gonna do this one. Should we put a little squirrel right here and make it a little lightheartedness? Like if I put a little, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't put a little squirrel. This seems very just like serious. Squirrel or no squirrel? We're gonna put a squirrel up in there. I guess we've entered the cringe, everybody. Okay, but I was actually gonna put the Bible verse right there, but since we actually have it right here, I guess we can put a little squirrel right here.
That's a big squirrel, isn't it? The squirrel is not that big, is it? Or is it that big? I feel like I need to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, I need to make the squirrel a little bit smaller. Squirrels ain't that big. Alrighty, let's draw this little squirrel, I guess. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. A little happiness in here, huh? A little lightheartedness. So let's layer this thing up. Push this over here. You'll be holding a little seed or something. That little squirrel. Darn, I kind of like pushed it with different pressure sensitivity and now it looks weird. Kind of like doesn't look right. That's funny. I'm gonna be holding the seed. Nope. enter the cringe level, everybody. Oh well. I guess we could try again next time. I will say every time I draw one of these, at least of these ones are just, it's always hard. I guess one of them actually was somewhat, it did kind of work out, but most these seem to be very hard for me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it on the wood thing, call it a day. Wait, is that right free? No, it's not. No. I don't think it's copyrighted. Or I think it is copyrighted. And oops. Putting it on the wood thing. Alrighty, everybody, let's take off all the gizmos and we're gonna call it a day. I will say I use different pressure sensitivity on that thing, and yeah. Okay, everybody. I know it seems ridiculous. I don't even know if I'm doing these drawings right, by the way. If you guys want a challenge, I feel like these ones are challenging to draw, especially the Matthew. I mean, I'd like to say I'm trying to help out. I mean, the homeless. I mean, a little bit. I don't know. Maybe even just making it a little bit more. Maybe if anything, I'm making these verses a little bit more aware. I don't know. I'd like to maybe think I'm trying to make them a little bit more aware, but I don't know. I will say the thing that's hard about drawing like the homeless people, it's hard to like draw them without making it look like too like gnarly, because you know like you can I don't know. It's like it's hard. They're just hard. You know, a little bit of lightheartedness in here. We got a little monkey in here. A little Mookie. We got Matthew 25:45. We also have a Hebrews 13:2 kind of in there a little bit. Maybe I could put a Paulus right there. Nah, we won't do that. That would be funny if I put a Paulus right there. And yeah, we got this. And now we're going to get the thumbnail for the stream. And that is the thumbnail, everybody. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alrighty, everybody. That's the cringy drawing of the day. I'm gonna be honest, what ends up happening with most of these drawings is like the next day when I see it, I'm like, holy moly, why did I even draw that? And so that's what generally starts happening every time I see these things in the morning, the next day. But now we are out of here, everybody. So this concludes the stream. I don't think we're rating anybody because nobody here. So peace out, guys. Thank you, Dino. Today was hard. Actually, the drawing actually turned out, I'm going to be honest, this one wasn't actually that hard, surprisingly, so, but you out of here. Thanks for stopping by, Dinah, by the way. You guys have a good one. Try your best and have fun. Glory be to God.